Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Merces and today we're starting a brand new series of Hearts of Iron 4. So, let's get started. Okay, so we recently completed the campaign as Japan, which means it's time to go and play a new one. And of course, we already discussed which nation that's going to be. That's going to be the United Kingdom. And we're going to try to go down the Imperial Federation path. Now, we're not going to try to form the, crazy super federation. We're just going to go down the sort of democratic path. And then just sort of take it from there, I think. I think we'll actually ultimately end up turning fascist and, annex the US and a whole bunch of other nations. But we'll take a look at that. I have decided to actually go and play on historical AI on. And that's actually because I think I would actually try to fight essentially a Germany that's taken over Belgium, and Netherlands, and France. And I'm going to try to do some interesting things, like try to get air supremacy, do some strategic bombing, carpet bombing everything, for example, stuff like that. I think that might be trying to be fun. We're going to play on elite difficulty. But we are going to strengthen the UK max, and that's just again because of gaining the dockyard output of plus 40%. And if you look at the other ones there, half of them we already care about, and the other half is kind of balanced by the reductions in elite difficulty. So, yeah. That's that. Only thing is the pretty major fuel, change in fuel consumption. The important thing there is that, as we noted with Japan, controlling pretty much the entire world's oil, we only had we used half of the fuel in the entire world to fuel the Navy and Army. Well, just the Navy alone, and I think on top of that was the Air Force. Well, I guess that was the max available, yeah, so. And that was on a, 80% reduction. So yeah. Anyways, let's go and start. So, as the UK, we start in a sort of an interesting position where we are kind of powerful but weak. Economy-wise, we have 14 military factories, 19 naval dockyards, and 30 civilian factories. So we have these amount of civilian factories, but we're lacking in, of course, military stuff. And we do, of course, have some other stuff as well. We are signatory to the London Naval Treaty. We have this thing, so negative 30% to critical population, and that's actually pretty major. It is a minus 30% on the end sum, though, so it's not like... It's not plus 1.5% and then minus 30, but yeah. So we still have 250,000 pop or manpower, which is good. Research-wise, we actually start in a really good situation. I did a little bit of a test run on this. So we start with the latest weapons, equipment stuff. We don't start with special forces, support companies, engineer and recon only. We have the first level tech of light tank. We actually start with anti-air. Not sure if any nation does that. Navy-wise, we're actually pretty good. We do need a submarine hull though. So actually we're going to do that. Naval support, I think we're sort of decent. We're up to date on the modules, but that's about it. We're good on air for now. Engineering, we actually have... Mechanical engineering, we actually have radar. Radar 1 and even fire control systems, so we'll take that. And I'll take construction and basic machine tools. Swinging factory, we're just going to continue building more of those. So I'll get 2 in London. Pretty good infrastructure. And we'll just get a couple ones around here. Military factories, or logistics, we're quite short on infantry equipment and a couple other stuff, but not too bad. So I'm just going to keep that for now. I'm going to go and do one for civilian trains, and I'm going to wait a little bit with those. Navy, we're actually producing a whole bunch of destroyers, subs, and cruisers in addition to the Ark Royale. carrier, the first modern carrier. Yeah, so a little bit of fighters there. I am gonna be building some trucks. And I think we should do a little bit more to support equipment, because we need that. And then for Navy, we're just going to do the usual stuff, which is just maxing out all of them. The annoying thing with starting with this many ships is that we only have a single dockyard for any like one of them, so it takes some time. National focus, we're going to start by doing the rearmament. We can actually only get the first one though. This gives us 4 swilling factors, because the other stuff we need war support, or actually, well, tension. And then after that, we're going to go down this route here, so reinforce empire, service overseas, and then the encourage colonial elite, and just do the stuff here. Try to get a little bit of an economy first, probably, and then we'll go down to Imperial Federation. I think the plan is to go first into the Imperial Federation and then go into over here, so turn fascist and just annex the other stuff here. Gives us annex the US. We can puppet a whole bunch of nations. We can annex, we can puppet the Soviet Union, we can annex or puppet Italy, we can annex some other stuff with them. I guess actually we'll be fighting the Italy, so it won't really matter. Divisions will just sort them. For now I have no clue how to deal with them. We have 8 tank division, 3 cavalry, and we have 16 infantry and 16 garrisons. Oh wow, that's really bad. Okay, fun. Navy. Let's get all of them to London. Air Force, I'm going to... I'm not entirely sure actually, to be honest. I think I'm actually just going to span all of them. And we'll just sort of take it from there pretty much. I can notice that the carriers we have actually have like the wrong stuff essentially. And that's basically it. Right, one more thing. We're going to go and create an agency. And yeah, then we'll just take it from there. Resources wise, we're not doing too bad. In fact, so 51 oil, 115 aluminium, 86 rubber, 45 tungsten, 457 steel, 151 chromium. It actually tells you where you can find them. So a bunch of steel, of course, in like Britain itself, and then we have stuff around the world. So we're not super rich in that sense, but for example, for like rubber, we can get 80 rubber for one factory from like Malaya. It's like 5 civilian factories gives us 400 rubber. Same for tungsten, we're good on tungsten, we're good on rubber. I think we're good on aluminium even, or I guess not. Get 25 from there. We're good on, we're not good on oil actually. I guess we have to trade with the US then. So oil and aluminium we need to trade with the US essentially. Tungsten, rubber we're good on, steel probably mostly the US. And France, and chromium we need to figure out. But yeah. We can't do that with the Raj though, because they're actually a colony as opposed to Dominion. So yeah. I think that's basically the setup to begin with. So I guess we just go to speed 4. Yeah, so I did actually just, or I did a little bit, or started actually playing this, just sort of seeing how things actually went a little bit. That's some weird stuff here. Why does it fluctuate so much? Is that because like... Oh, I guess maybe it's to trade, I guess? Yeah, probably. No complain. I realized that actually I would probably like to go and play with historical focuses on, as opposed to off. So that's actually why I have to start. Yeah. Let's see with the Navy. Merge them firstly on. I guess there's some stuff actually. It's just a sub fleet actually. Let's put you there. These we can go and put merge there. So we actually start with a relatively decent sized navy. In fact, so we do have 5 carriers, although they're actually all converted, so that's kind of crummy. 3 battle cruisers. We have 12 battleships, which are pretty good, and 16 heavy cruisers, 31 light cruisers, 130 destroyers, and 42 subs. We're actually kind of low on destroyers, actually, so that's going to be, at least initially, going to be a bit of a problem. In fact, and also destroyers we have are kind of rubbish, design-wise. So there's multiple ones, like, just to begin with, this one, like, single depth chart, and then, like, the dual purpose guns and anti-air. It's like, that's kind of crummy. You are a, definitely a, oops. Yes. You are definitely a defensive one though. This one too is another defensive one. Can join there. This one is kind of can be both, so I'm just gonna put that there. This one looks more to like a screen, so let's actually go and update that. Some 2 of them though. This one also looks like a screen. There's 2 torpedoes after all. Okay. Am I missing some? I feel like I'm missing some. I guess that's 65 there. Okay. You shouldn't reinforce with that though. There we go. Let's take the 4 carriers we have and put those there, along with 4 battleships, along with 2 heavy cruisers, so the same exact design as we have in the Japan game. 8 light cruisers and then 32 battery destroyers. That's a bit doable because we have some light cruisers that need to be changed. And then all light cruisers are going to be the gun ones. I'm not going to worry about escorting those light cruisers. I do act on the AI uses that, so that's like kind of interesting. Just find the stores to be better. The one exception is this one. We do have, for some reason, oops, a mine layer light cruiser, which is kind of interesting. It's actually a pretty good design too, like 3 tubes actually. So if I end up using mine layers, we may consider using something, but we'll see. I'm actually going to make another one too. A battleship fleet this time. Let's get another, we'll get 4 heavy cruisers, we'll get another 8 light cruisers. And then 24 destroyers, I think that's what I said. Get commander on that, or admiral. I think this one is probably the best. So You didn't get stuff. Why didn't you get stuff? May I ask? Because you're not holding? Oh, okay. You're missing 2 destroyers. I guess, okay, right. So we're still kind of struggling on that. That's just because we're waiting on the thing on these stuff happening. That's good, actually. And we have 3 chunks for the escort we kind of want. I guess you should probably also be engaged at low risk, and the raider should also be that. Low risk. And you can just go and do naval exercise. Guess we can go into Lone Wolf. Let's see. Nice. MI6. I'm gonna go and do civilian economy. Or civilian slash economy. Okay, so that's kind of set up. Realize that air experience actually doesn't, you don't really get that much actually. Welcome. Can't imagine what that gives us. So I guess actually if we're gonna, right, so if we're actually going to be doing a World War thing, I guess probably fighting in Africa is gonna be a big thing. We're gonna try to essentially take that. Something I didn't really consider actually, to be honest. We could probably also just essentially leave the Mediterranean around. Don't worry about it, maybe. So at least for a beginning, I will just yeah. So like that's the thing. Like we can take this relatively easily, and also I think probably they like telling Somaliland. Other than that, it's gonna be a bit tough. I don't think. So France is still gonna be free France, not Vichy. So I think that's the case. Yeah. Well, they just like hold North Africa. Maybe we'll just not worry super much about like the islands, but that's gonna just be another thing, and it's like Gibraltar too. It's just nice to hold because this means we can't actually. Do we control this? And what the controls is the UK. Okay. Operator can be recruited. They don't have level 1, they do have some traits. Double agent. Build intel into. Oh, trapping in the target country. Oh. To resource exports. I have no clue what I'm doing. Oh, that's it. Let's do counterintelligence. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the division templates we currently got, because I have some plans this time to try out a template that might work really well. We actually tried as the Germany run, although we didn't actually like fully use it, I think. And that is the infantry with heavy tank brigade. Ooh. Nice. And I think basically it's going to go, I think, 18 combat width. So we're going to have this much infantry. We're going to have 2 line artillery and a heavy tank. And I think the 18 combat width is the ideal. And then the engineer company, signal company. Either motorized recon or maybe even armored car recon. That's depends a little bit. We actually don't have those, so the light armored recon company. We also have armored recon company as well, which we could also consider, but not quite sure. And then we'll do support anti-tank. So not support not support artillery, just because I don't really think the sets work too much. So yeah. Technically, of course, it doesn't really matter. Like, you could just do it, but I think sort of for like realism purposes, I'm not gonna do that. Let's go reinforce the Empire and let's just start working down here, especially get to this one, which gives us 7% research speed, which is pretty good. And then it's remilitarized. So yeah. I think actually so again, we're gonna basically sort of let France fall, as well as the Low Countries, and we're gonna actually fight the long game against Germany. But doing that, then we're gonna have to try to defend ourselves a little bit. So we're gonna have to take all of Africa for sure. I'm also gonna have to, of course, do something against Italy, because Italy will have a pretty sizable navy in the Mediterranean. And of course we do have a couple random islands, Cyprus and Malta, as well as just Malta, and also Gibraltar. So we have to defend those somehow. We do of course have a decent sized airport in Malta though, so we can actually go and put some fires up. We're not going to get naval supremacy in the Mediterranean, but we might be able to get like superiority. Of course, Italy does have also pretty sizable navy, is another like thing to note. We can see, yeah, about 150 or so ships. I can't remember the exact numbers. Yeah. Maybe we'll wait a little bit here. Okay, so we now have 1 tick of passive defense. We can actually go and upgrade this for another plus 1.25. I think we'll wait for that actually. Army Department, Naval Department, Air Force. I think we'll wait on this because right now, I mean, technically, just check the wiki, but we kind of know the relative size and strength. I don't actually know what blueprint stealing is. I'm gonna have to figure out, like, or watch some Lower Systems tutorials, I guess. This is the first time I play with this stuff, and I don't think I've ever watched like tutorials either, or videos with it. So let me just wait a little bit. Our economy isn't super strong, so yeah. What's actually our total supply, by the way? 66. Not super great. That's just the naval conference. Yep. Take those away. Oh, we can do this now. I don't really see much of a reason to not do it. Our stability is relatively decent. And we will hopefully abdicate soon. Okay. Planes wise, our Air Force is kinda, it's not super bad. 300 fighters, or 300 CAS, 600 fighters. 50 naval bombers. A little bit of carrier stuff. I'm going to have to start making more carrier things actually. And then actually 240 medium. So that's going to be tactical bombers. Yeah. So too bad. Let's actually go and... Right, yeah, I actually want to wait because we don't actually have any like carrier planes yet. That's another thing as well. We need some air experience. The problem is like I actually train. So I did a test run. I just trained all my all the planes for like 5 XP. So we're just gonna hold on that. Let's not waste the fuel and manpower and planes. I guess. I'm not sure if we waste manpower actually. No. Italy. Taking a long time to defeat Ethiopia. Another thing as well is, from what I've actually seen, it turns out that the historical right now is a bit of a mess, so I'm thinking just might be wise to leave it on normal. And we'll play historical. Granted, I did sort of play historical as both Germany and Japan as well, but yeah. Could definitely do a bit better economy though. So, how exactly did this happen? Is this a trick you can do, or like 1, 2, 3, 4 now? Like, I feel like I just lost like basically all the dockyards and then actually reassigned them or something. I don't know. Service overseas gives us army experience, naval experience, air experience, and also 10% acclimatization gain, which isn't. I guess something, I suppose. Do any divisions get that? I think they do. I think that would. Yeah. Basic machine tools will probably go dispersed. I just kind of feel actually the benefits are good, just instead of the actual factor output. And also, so technically first speaking, they should never be able to get any planes over the UK or Britain. The rest of the Empire, on the other hand, will probably get bombed to Switzerland, so smithereens. So I'm also not going to worry about like defending far out stuff. But okay, so we catched up on engineering and industry, this porn stuff basically. Now we can sort of decide to do whatever. Could go down a lot of engineering company stuff, and we don't really have the capability to do that, I feel. Armor, not really. Let's do this, because I think actually I want the anti-tank guns for the CAS. I'm probably still gonna just build like the most powerful plane there is. Technically speaking, as like should sort of balance out. You get less planes, but the planes are proportionally better. And I guess that's the UK. With potentially limited manpower, at least initially, we might want to preserve that as much as possible. I don't think we can do it, but it would of course be awesome if I can go to limited only. Or yeah, I guess we can do extensive. Because then of course we don't get any problems with construction speed and stuff. We're gonna get them into abdicate, base stability +5, and I think you get another. Right? This takes a couple days. Yeah, +15%. Back up to max ability, and I guess we may as well just do this as well. First, we're going to get a pretty decent amount of political power. I feel political power isn't super fleshed out in this game? I'm not quite sure actually. It's kind of like, it's kind of a rush early game to get enough of it, and then later on it's just a kind of a waste. Can need Italy to defeat Ethiopia actually, because we get a common front, which would be nice. Yeah. What actually we should do some training. Still missing logistics wise. Started building a little bit of trucks, which is nice. A little bit faster, called light tanks, start building trains. So we're not really building trains, I guess. A month per month. So I'm about to do the army. Construction. We could first go excavation 1, but right now we are actually ahead of, or like, we're good on resources, so let's do some other stuff. Better the light tanks. I think I actually will wait a little bit now. We don't really have the industry right now to do light tanks regardless. We do have industry taking some naval things, but I'm not quite sure. Right now we just want to get some modules, and so we can get the depth chart throwers, we can get the active sonar. Or we can get the torpedoes, and right now I guess we probably want the torpedoes. In one screen destroyers, not necessarily anti-submarine warfare. Submarine warfare. Oh. Interesting, that's actually quite early. I'm not quite sure what that's gonna mean for us. We do have a focus to declare war against the nationalist Spain, so maybe we want them to win? We sort of want actually a little bit of a strong axis, because I'm kind of worried that the Soviet Union might just... Well, actually, in the Japan game, Germany was actually able to defeat the Soviet Union quite easily. I don't know, maybe. This just gives us a whole bunch of stuff, which isn't super important. Let's get this. Just pretty nice to have. Ship designer. I have decided to go with the Pacific Fleet designer in this run. In the Japan run, we went with the Coastal Defense Fleet. Oh, it is called. Okay, cool. And we noticed a couple things. So while of course the production cost minus 25%, so 25% faster speed of constructing stuff is huge. I mean, it's, I guess that technically literally gave us like 23 carriers. Yeah, that's like insane. The problem is the range, because it's kind of like, do you go Pacific or do you go this one? So the difference in range is 75%, so it's almost double the range going this versus going this. So sure, you'll be able to actually pump out a lot more actual ships with this, but the range is huge. Another thing as well is the deck size on carriers is interesting, because it actually kind of means that when it comes to carriers, the construction or production speed doesn't matter, because all carriers are larger. And for carriers, we only care about the deck size. That's the only thing we care about for carriers. We don't care about anything else. We literally don't even have guns on them. So we're actually going to go with the Pacific Fleet designer this game. And I'm actually going to immediately just do a modification, specifically to the Arc Royale, just commission this stuff, which is the best one. I'm actually going to go and create a variant of this, which doesn't have anti-air or the gun. It's going to make it what, 300 IC less cost, but that's actually worth it. Let's call it 1936 CV. Okay, that will mean this is not a data, which is kind of annoying, but actually, I guess I can actually recommission you technically. I can't build converted battleships? Oh wow. That feels like almost a bug. Huh. Well, I guess from the context of this game, I guess it makes sense. It smells like an oversight over sure. Yeah, I don't really feel that the enabled treaty here is like really that limiting. Like carrier max costs 9,500. We can't even like get a carrier that is that expensive. Yeah, 8,500 is the max, right? So 9,500. Maybe if we get radar, that's like the only thing though. Anyways though, that's gonna be it for this first episode of this brand new series, so hope you liked it, hope you're excited for the new series. Anyways though, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and goodbye.